Hey everybody, Daily Market Pulse here for Monday, March 17th. Stocks were higher. They did kind of fade off the highs for the most part, but they did finish higher. Uh, Nothing really robust. A little bit of a bounce after some selling last week. Support found as well. Lower volume, at least it appears so far. So here's the Dow bouncing off the 16,100 area. We did get a bull sash formation. The open was higher than the Friday close, and it finishes reasonably beyond the midway portion of Thursday's sell-off candle, so not bad. Back at the 8 moving average, back to the 20-day moving average, slightly above the 50. So holding for now still looks a little iffy though. We'll see if they take it back up toward the previous highs for that matter. Let's take a look at the S&P. S&P green, of course, as well, coming off right around the 1840, but ideally the 1850 area where that red line is. That was the polarity area from the previous highs. Uh, It also right at the 8 and the 20-day moving average, holding above a flat 50. So for now, holding essentially lower highs still remain. So we'll see if they've got any more juice to go any higher than this. Look at the Nasdaq. So a little looks like a little bit of a bounce, but really there was a rising window, as you can see, where the close was on Friday. It opened up quite significantly. In fact, above the Friday high as well. Uh, did move into the 8 and the 20-day moving average and then retraced off that, but still holding at the window, holding about 42.50 as well. So again, reasonable move in this oversold state, trying to hold above the 50 for the time being. We'll see where they take it from here, if they got enough juice to go any higher. TSX continues its trek sideways, now meeting the 20-day moving average as of Friday and then again today. Bollinger Band's extremely tight, so a volatile move is coming. If there's anything like we said on Thursday, then this could be shuffling itself downward. We'll see what they do here because the bulls are obviously hanging on, but there's a number of sell signals here, but they're just kind of holding the 14,200 level for now. You start seeing some action below that. You're probably coming back to retest the breakout area at 14,000. DAX manages a bounce that's reasonable above the 200-day moving average. It was several consecutive days below on a close below the lower Bollinger Band, so it bounces here back toward the 8. Again, nothing really conclusive for either of those lower highs overall and lower lows now, so this may just be a minor bounce. We'll see how that goes. US dollar, Canadian dollar continues to go sideways as it's now meeting up with the 50-day moving average. Look for a possible move to the upside, 112, 112 and a quarter. Euro, US dollar climbing slightly higher, made a new high, higher close today as well, starting to move its way back up toward 140ish on the recent breakout. Treasuries. Treasuries have retraced, coming off the tag essentially of 134. Did that on Friday right to the nose. Can pull back a little bit. I'm looking for this to come back to maybe 132 to 133. Well, it's already at 133 now, below 132-ish, 132 and a half-ish. And the 8 moving average, for instance, just to see what it does there. There's the after hours showing up right now. Japanese yen, we're going to change a contract from March. We're going to be going over to June here momentarily, but essentially it's trying to go back. It's got a little profit taking. You have to hit the pivot area. Still looking for an upside as the 8 has crossed over the 20 now, strengthening this current trend. Looking for it to go to the highs and then maybe break out as well. Gold at a minimum, showing some dark cloud cover here, showing a minimum of a profit-taking opportunity. It went to a new high, then faded aggressively, made a new low, came off that. So a little bit of an undecided kind of candle. Dark cloud cover nonetheless, but I'm thinking it's more profit-taking, possibly to test 1350. Silver was very similar. Silver sort of tried to break out. Essentially, it was still sitting at the 8 moving average, still sitting below the 20, but right above the trend line as well. So I think this is more of a breakout, but it's still looking for a big thrust to the upside, 22 to 23 next. Okay, crude had come tumbling down and bounced briefly Morningstar formation on Thursday, and then today, probably on Friday, and then today gapped higher with buyers and then came all the way back to retest the lows once again. It's got to hold here. If it doesn't hold, you're heading down much lower, 96, possibly 92 to 91, but it's got to come back up and over 99.50 to then go to 101.1. Let's go straight to small caps. Like everything else we saw, like the Nasdaq in particular, gap higher, rising window above the old window as well, above the 8, or at least sitting right on the 8 moving average with room, of course, to 120, 121 or 120.75 ish. We'll see if they can hold. Below 117 probably gets a little more ominous. We'll see how that works, and then we'll go right to the VIX from here. VIX, after the big move into 18 where the old window was and a little bit of resistance, it faded hard, but it was also two consecutive closes above a Bollinger Band, which many times does not necessarily sustain any further than that. Usually 2 to 3 days outside, you're going to see a decent pullback, and that's what we're seeing here. But sitting on the 8, sitting on the old window, sitting right above all the moving averages, the 20, the 50, the 200 are all clustered together at 1460 to 1475. So kind of still thinking the VIX might hold and go higher with the markets falling apart, but of course, time will tell for sure.